Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand, and gentlemen, please remove your caps for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hammond High School's Class of 2017 graduation ceremony. Before we begin, the Class of 2017 would like to take the opportunity to spotlight two people who have contributed an immeasurable impact to the ceremony today. Our graduation coordinators for this year, Miss April Lerner and Miss Elizabeth Stockland, have spent countless hours preparing our class for this moment and have ensured that it will be a moment to remember. Ms. Stockland has been a coordinator for 8 years, while Ms. Lerner has been a coordinator for a whopping 18 years. As they jointly exit this position this year, the senior class wishes to commemorate their dedication to our ceremony with a small token of our appreciation. Thank you, Ms. Stockland and Ms. Lerner. If they could join me on stage for a brief moment. And they did not know that was happening. 312 people, or I should say 312 seniors. 312 graduates. That number is how many people are currently sitting in front of me, ready to do the thing that Miss Leonard has been alluding to for 4 years at Hammond and walk across the stage at Merriweather. As I look out into the rows and rows and rows of students, of friends, of families, I can't help but think of the stories from our 4 years here at Hammond. I'm remembering the burn of the rope on my hands during tug-of-war at Battle of the Classes. I'm remembering the roar of the crowd and the chill of the wind at football games. And I'm remembering the tears in my eyes as a whole school sang along with Miss Reed at the Spirit Week pep rally. But above all, I'm remembering our class not as a mass of faceless, invisible people, but as a group of vibrant and outspoken individuals. I certainly could not imagine what this day would look like 4 years ago when we were sitting in the auditorium on the first day of high school, listening to Miss Leonard talk to us as freshmen. For years, we dreaded high school, feeding into all of the depictions of it as a place where nightmares were made. Somehow, we all believed that the days of shoving kids into lockers were alive and well in high school. And look at me. I had reason to be afraid. I'm the perfect size to shove into a locker. Adults told us, though, that high school would be fine. We would just need to stay true to ourselves. But what does that really mean? In the span of 4 years, when it seems like everything has changed, we have finally learned what that advice really means. We have found our place among our classmates and at Hammond. I am constantly amazed and inspired by the actions our class has taken to define itself and stand up in the face of adversity. Over 4 years, we've seen discussions on diversity unite us against oppression in so many different forms. As a class, we've banded together to perform service for so many different causes and celebrate the teachers, the coaches, and the parents that make our community supportive and successful. That's you. Somehow, we've always been able to rise above the arguments and find common ground on which to move forward. When I was writing this speech, I was waiting for a light bulb to suddenly flash above my head to indicate that I discovered the secret to these 4 years. Needless to say, it never happened. But what I can say is that I did find a message that I wanted to deliver to my friends today. It's simple. Stay in the moment. Concentrate on what you're feeling right now. It's easy to be anxious about the next step. This event is called Commencement, after all. It's seemingly all about what comes next. It's easy to become overwhelmed. But I ask each of you sitting here today to focus on how far you've come. It wasn't always easy. We've all had struggles and times when we thought we couldn't do it. At some time today, think about your journey. I'll say it again, think about how far you've come. And rejoice in the fact that you're here and you're about to do what you've been dreaming of. You're about to walk across the stage at Merriweather. Now I wanted to leave you today by echoing the sentiments of one of my favorite musicals by Stephen Sondheim. It's called Sunday in the Park with George. In the finale song, Move On, George is an artist who has lost his direction and needs to rediscover his passion for life. The song says something that I ask you to keep in mind as you go forward from the stage at Merriweather to whatever comes next. Anything you do, let it come from you. Then it will be new. Give us more to see. Welcome to the commencement ceremony of Hammond's class of 2017. 2017, stay true to yourself. That's how, as Sondheim says, you'll give them more to see. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jasmine Phillips, and this is Kira Bennett, and we are graduates of the class of 2017. At this time, we would like to introduce our guests to you. We are very grateful that they have taken the time out of their busy schedules to celebrate this special day with us. We request that you please hold your applause to the end of each row. Guests, please stand for recognition when we call your name. The Honorable Alan Kittleman, Howard County Executive. Ms. Cynthia Valencourt, Chairman, Howard County Board of Education. Ms. Mavis Ellis, Howard County Board of Education. Ms. Kirsten Coombs, Howard County Board of Education. Ms. Sandra French, Howard County Board of Education. Ms. Linda Wise, Deputy Superintendent. The Honorable Guy Gazzoni, Maryland State Senator, District 13. The Honorable Vanessa Atterbury, Maryland State Delegate, District 13. The Honorable Shane Pendergrass, Maryland State Delegate, District 13. The Honorable Frank Turner, Maryland State Delegate, District 13. The Honorable Dr. Calvin Ball, Howard County Councilperson, District 2. The Honorable Jen Terraza, Howard County Councilperson, District 3. Ms. Anissa Brown-Dennish, Chief Operating Officer. Mr. Frank Eastham, Executive Director of School Improvement and Administration. Dr. Gina Masella, Administrative Director of High Schools.
Miss Marcy Leonard, Principal. Miss Tina Maddox, Principal, Homewood. Miss Erin Broderick, Guidance Counselor, Applied Research Laboratory. Mr. Larry Cohen, Provider of Wisdom and Inspiration. Mr. Stephen Fleming, Assistant Principal. Mr. John Seibel, Assistant Principal. Miss Michaela Lidgard, Assistant Principal. And Miss Tiffany Nunley, Assistant Principal.
Miss Lisa Seville, Student Services Instructional Team Leader. Mr. William Yo, Special Education Instructional Team Leader. Mr. Peter DeMarco, World Languages Instructional Team Leader. Miss Tracy Lair, English Instructional Team Leader. Miss Laura Osborne, Math Instructional Team Leader. Mr. Alan Kostrick, Career and Technology Education Instructional Team Leader. Miss Sherilyn Brown, Science Instructional Team Leader. Miss Samantha Filipiak, 9th Grade Instructional Team Leader. Miss Brooke Cool McClellan, Performing and Fine Arts Instructional Team Leader.
Miss Deborah Chun, English Teacher and Senior Class Teacher of the Year. Miss Marguerite Hart, World Language Teacher and Senior Class Advisor. Miss Patricia Sullivan, Social Studies Teacher and Senior Class Advisor. Miss Leslie O'Connor, English Teacher and Retiree. Miss Karen Roddy, World Language Teacher and Retiree. It is our honor to acknowledge this year's Hammond High School's retirees. Throughout the years, our students have benefited from their expertise, inspiration, and enthusiasm. With love, respect, and admiration, Hammond High School recognizes Miss Leslie O'Connor, Miss Karen Roddy, Miss Arlene Bachman, and Miss Mila Korn as they turn their tassel and begin their next journey.
Across the ocean, a new world calls across the sky, a new world whispers in the shadows, time to fly, time to fly.
It's about one moment, the moment before it all becomes clear, and in that one moment, you start to believe there's nothing to fear.
It's about 1 second, and just when you're on the verge of success, the sky starts to change, and the wind starts to blow. And oh, you're suddenly a stranger. There's no explaining where you stand, and you didn't know that you sometimes have to go around an unexpected bend, and the road will end to a new world.
Calls to me to follow.
Just by one moment, the moment you think you know where you stand, but in that one moment, the things that you're sure of slip from your hands. You've got 1 second to try to be clear, to try to stand tall, but nothing's the same, and the wind starts to blow.
Love, are you sure you believe in? Then the earthquake hits, and the bank closes in. Then you realize you didn't know anything. Nobody told you the best way to steer when the wind starts to blow. And you're suddenly a stranger.
All of a sudden, your life is different than you planned,
And you have to stay until you somehow find a way to be sure of what will be. Then you might be free.
new world crashes down like thunder. A new world charging through the air.
A new world just beyond the mountain.
Waiting there. A new world shattering the silence. There's a new world I'm afraid to see. A new world louder every moment. Come to me. Come to me.
It's hard to believe that today is the day that we, the Hammond High School class of 2017, are finally graduating and moving on to our bright and beautiful futures. It's even harder for me to believe that despite the quietness that defined me for most of my life, I am standing here before you today, delivering a speech of graduation, courageous and unafraid. I know I wasn't the only one who walked into Hammond on our very first day, feeling small and scared, overwhelmed by the noise and the lights and what seemed to be a labyrinth of hallways. But by our first Spirit Week, when we came together as a class to decorate all 4 hallways of the sprawling freshman wing in that classic white, we began to foster our own tiny flame of Golden Bear pride. Don't you remember our class watching with wide eyes from the bleachers at our first pep rally as the seniors thundered into the gym in a whirlpool of red, imagining just how powerful we would be when it was our turn? Over the last 4 years, our class certainly encountered many hurdles, but we cleared each one with ferocious determination. We grew and conquered, even through our setbacks. When we poured our hearts into decorating our first red hallway our sophomore year and ended up losing the contest, we didn't give up. We pushed even harder as juniors and gave it our all. And while we might not have scored a victory for our hallway until our senior year masterpiece, our fierce competitive streak and unflinching resolve brought us closer together as we went down in Hammond history. winning Battle of the Classes not just once, but an unprecedented 2 times during our 10 years upperclassmen. By the time we reached our senior year, we had transformed into that red thunderstorm, flying through the hallways, running as fast as our legs could carry us during our senior year, spilling onto the floor at our final pep rally as we celebrated our strength and passion as a class and as a community. And outside of our school's Rare and Wonderful Spirit Week, the class of 2017 supported each other. Whether it was our first season of final exams or our last, the HSAs, the PARC, or the SAT, driver's ed or junior interviews, or applications to jobs, the military, trade schools, or colleges. United by our dedication, we have always navigated our ups and downs together. Most of us have grown in some aspects since our freshman year, but these transformations didn't just happen on our own. We were only able to get here because of the support we had from each other and the rest of the Hammond community, from friends, parents, and other family members, teachers, and staff who encouraged us to push ourselves out of our comfort zones and take risks every day. With so many amazing golden bears guiding us through our challenges and cheering us on through our successes, we have bloomed into the confident and competent people we are today, ready to walk across this stage and take on our new world. Class of 2017, we came into our own these past 4 years, together. Never forget that you come from a place where people are truly important, where the love we have for one another shows in every word we say and in every deed we do. And as you head out into the world, let your experience here carry you through the rest of your life as you shine with your own brilliant light, knowing you will always be a golden bear. Congratulations, class of 2017, we made it.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They learn much more than I'll ever hope to know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Fellow graduates of the class of 2017, it is time for us to begin a new chapter in our lives. No longer are we the scared little freshmen, both eager and apprehensive of the terror that is high school. No longer are we the pompous sophomores who think that just because they survived 1 year of high school, they know everything. No longer are we the exhausted juniors, deprived of sleep as they choose between studying for a math exam or studying for the SATs. And now, no longer are we the seniors, taking a final lap around the high school we called our home for 4 years. It is time for us to leave behind the familiar hallways and classrooms of Hammond High and venture out into the far reaches of the world. This class will go on to do great things, and yes, I do mean the entire class, not just Kevin Baker. I look forward to the day when I turn on the TV or whatever online service that makes television obsolete, and seeing a Hammond alum rewarded with a gold medal at the Olympics, or a member of the class of 2017 standing tall with one hand raised as they are sworn in to be the President of the United States. Maybe NBC will do a special on a former Golden Bear who found the cure to cancer, or CBS will cover a Hammond graduate stepping foot on a distant planet that no human has ever traversed. I cannot wait to stare in amazement as Tony, Grammy, and Oscar nominees are announced and exclaim, "I know them. I went to school with that person." I'll pull up a Spirit Week picture of some famous person looking ridiculous yet amazing in their completely red attire, or a video of the humble beginnings of the world record donut eating champion who hasn't vomited since 2016. I'm excited for the day I get to annoy my coworkers with just how many famous people I went to high school with, and bore them with a constant barrage of awesome stories and memories from our time at Hammond. However, we have a long way to go before we can become rich and successful. After all, we have only just finished high school. The next step in our lives will be trying and difficult, whether that be going off to college, joining the military, or beginning a career. During this stressful time, it will become vital that you maintain a network of support. Make old friends, but also make new friends, but also retain old ones. Call your parents at least once every week, if only to beg for money. Pursue old passions and find new ones. And above all else, never stop loving yourself. Remember that an obstacle is just a chance to prove that you can overcome anything, and that no adventure worth taking was ever easy. No epics were written about the easy path. All the greatest of heroes, Hercules, King Arthur, Harry Potter, Miss Leonard, faced trials and tribulations throughout their lives that not only served to increase their fame, but to also allow them to grow and develop into the epitome of greatness we know them as today. We've shared some great memories. I've always been proud to sport red and declare myself a member of the class of 2017. And I hope that in many years, when you see me on TV, or whatever online service that makes television obsolete, for discovering the cure for cancer, or winning an Oscar, or for opening the first bagel shop on the moon, you'll say, "I know them. I went to school with that person," and remember all the fun times we had at Hammond. Congrats, seniors. I wish you all the best.
Honored guests and colleagues, parents, family members, friends, and members of the class of 2017. It is a great privilege to share this day with you. At this time, it's my honor to introduce a gentleman who is a true friend to Hammond High School, our county executive, the Honorable Alan Kittleman.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Leonard. And I got to tell you, you have probably, if not the best principal in Maryland, one of the best principals in the country, Marcy Leonard. And I mentioned to her how I try to wear a tie that goes with the color of the schools, and so she said that's not enough, so she gave me socks to wear with the school. So thank you very much. Also, before I say anything else, I want to acknowledge and congratulate my very, very good friend, Councilwoman Jen Terrazzo on her big day and her son's big day. Tony, congratulations to you as well. My last one is graduating in 2 days, so I'll know how that feels in a couple days. I do want to just congratulate the class of 2017, the Golden Bears, on behalf of all the residents of Howard County, but also want to congratulate the parents. I know that you have been behind your graduates and working so hard for them. Let's give you all a hand. And you have sacrificed so much for them to be where they are today, and I hope you all understand that and appreciate that. And I also want to bring up the fact that yesterday we honored the women and men who have died on the field of battle so that we could be where we are today, so that you could have the opportunities you have today. And I know there are probably some veterans and active duty military in the audience. If you could stand so we can honor you as well. Please stand up. Thank you very much for your service. And to turn it a little bit differently, I also want to acknowledge any member of the Golden Bears class of 2017 who is planning on going into the military, whether to academy or right straight to the military. If you could please stand so we could acknowledge you as well. Thank you for your future service. We could not have the country we have without young people willing to stand in the gap for us. So thank you. And lastly, I would just ask you folks, please pay it back. Pay back what all these people have done for you, what those who have died for you have done for you. And just remember that. And the way you pay it back is by looking for kindness, looking for ways you can serve others without seeking credit. Do it because it's the right thing to do. And when you do that, it's like a pebble going into a pond. The ripples go forever. Congratulations, class of 2017. Go Golden Bears.
I also want to take a moment to acknowledge Mr. Rick Robb, the assistant principal of Patuxent Valley Middle School, who had joined us today. Thanks, Mr. Robb, for all of your support with all of our future Golden Bears. Thank you to all of our Hammond parents, caregivers, family members, mentors, friends, and the entire Hammond staff for your tireless efforts and unending support of this class of 2017. Your steadfast love of these young adults is the reason they are here today. Thank you, Ms. Hart and Ms. Sullivan, the sponsors of the class of 2017, for your stewardship of these 312 students. And a thank you again to Ms. Lerner and Ms. Stocklin, our graduation coordinators, for all of the work that goes into making the seniors' last weeks and this ceremony such a special time for our graduates and their families. Class of 2017, years from now, you will look back on your 4 years at Hammond with a deep sense of pride, a bit of nostalgia, and a ceaseless wonder at what you were thinking when you picked out some of the outfits that you were wearing in the last 4 years. Trust me, it happens to all of us. But for your class, more than any other that has come before you at Hammond, you will also look back in amazement at your place in history. We are living, my friends, in incredible times, incredibly hard times, where people do unthinkable things in the name of race, ethnicity, religion, gender identity, sexual orientation, and socioeconomics. And we are living in incredibly inspiring times, where the response to the unthinkable is for people of all races, ethnicities, religions, genders, sexual orientations, and classes to come together in moving expressions of inclusion and love. The members of this class of 2017 are exemplary role models in how we can and should move forward as a school, as a county, as a nation, and as a world. Look at the people on either side of you right now. Take a second, look up and down the rows. Odds are good that at least one of them doesn't look like you, doesn't worship the same way you do, and doesn't identify as you do. That is diversity. And that's just the start of what makes this class so special. Because diversity is simply the acknowledgement that we are different. Now, acknowledging our differences is important. There are places where people are fearful to do even that. But diversity alone isn't the pinnacle of Hammond's greatness. As you, class of 2017, have taught us over the last 4 years, whether it was at the Stop the Silence, Start a Conversation rally, the Stand Together, Our Voices Matter speak-outs, or through your everyday interactions with each other and with our Hammond community, it is imperative that we move beyond merely acknowledging our diversity to celebrating it, and even more importantly, learning from it. And the way to do that is by creating a powerful and abiding sense of inclusion, community, and family. The world needs to move from simply being happy that everyone, with all of our differences, is in the same room. We need to move to helping everyone feel like they belong in that same room. Attorney Verna Myers put it beautifully when she said, "Diversity is being invited to the party. Inclusion is being asked to dance." Class of 2017, you have moved us with your ability to ask everyone to dance, regardless of how they identify themselves. You've done it purposefully through Culture Fest and Start With Hello, and you've done it without even knowing it. When you rush into the gym on an October afternoon, a sea of red that celebrates every pep rally victory, or crying in unison at Miss Reed singing, you create a deep sense of belonging for every member of your class, regardless of their background, that cannot be dismissed nor destroyed by anyone. As you cross the stage at Merriweather today, graduating from the school where people are important, you move into a world that won't always understand that your deepest friendships are with people of different races, ethnicities, religions, gender identity, sexual orientation, or classes. You will find closed-mindedness and bigotry in places that will surprise you. But because of your experiences at Hammond, because of you have led us at Hammond, you will know how to confront that bigotry with education, with deep listening, and with creating a sense of inclusion, community, and family in every way you know how, even if that includes red face paint and a group sprint inside a beloved building. We live in incredible times, but when faced with incredible times, I encourage you to remember the words of Mother Teresa. We can do no great things, only small things with great love. Through your small actions every day, I urge you to continue to create a world that is guided by your compassion, your commitment to social justice, and your desire to talk about and talk through differences. Our incredible times demand your continued leadership and love, and I am so deeply blessed to have been a witness to that leadership and love for the past 4 years. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, class of 2017. Now, in acknowledgement of the compassion and love that resides in this class of 2017, Mrs. Wise and Mrs. Ellis, I hereby certify that the graduates seated before you have met all of the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Howard County Public School System and the Maryland State Department of Education, and they are eligible to receive a Maryland High School diploma or certificate of completion. And that is worthy of applause. Mrs. Wise, 7 years ago, you gave me the greatest professional gift I've ever received. You told me I was going to become the principal at Hammond High. Thank you for that priceless gift, and thank you for taking this time to share this very special day with the Hammond community. I give to you an incredible group of Golden Bears.
Isn't she fantastic? Let's give her a big round of applause. Good morning, everyone. And on behalf of our interim superintendent, Dr. Michael Martirano, it is an honor to bring greetings and to congratulate the Hammond High School class of 2017. Dr. Martirano is unable to join us this morning due to a previously scheduled family commitment. Class of 2017, you've learned a great deal over the past 12 years. You have the skills and you have the knowledge needed to wisely choose your own course and to meet every challenge. But learning and self-discovery are a lifelong process. Let your inner voice tell you what is most important to you, and listen to it. Let it guide you to make choices that help you and others and make the world a better place. Go and create your future and make it all that you deserve and want it to be. Now, are you ready to graduate? On behalf of the interim superintendent, I hereby accept that these members of the Hammond High School class of 2017 have met the appropriate graduation requirements and are eligible to receive a Maryland High School diploma or appropriate certificate. I offer best wishes to each of you for a lifetime of happiness, health, and success. And at this time, it is my honor to introduce member of the Board of Education, Ms. Mavis Ellis.
Good morning. On behalf of the Howard County Board of Education, I congratulate you on earning your high school diploma, which in a few short minutes I will be handing you. As you go forward, I have 3 tasks for you to take with you. First, continue to set goals. You have to set a goal to be able to achieve it. Goals could be, I'm going to a 4-year college, or I'm going to a 2-year college, or I'm going straight to work, or I'm going to just get a job while I make my decision. Some of the most successful people in the world have chosen those paths to meet their dreams. Put yourself on a timeline and don't sell yourself short. You have so much potential. Each of you deserves a happy, productive, fulfilling, community-involved life. Second, be prepared to face obstacles that might require a course adjustment in reaching your goals. It's okay. Just don't let anyone or anything turn you around. Don't let anyone say that you can't be successful. Know who you are. You attended school in Howard County, Maryland, in one of the top school systems in America. You are prepared for any challenges you face. You have had educational opportunities envied by many, and our diverse community has exposed you to a changing world where you have been successful. Third, no excuses. Don't let an excuse keep you from reaching your goals. Know that even if you have to alter your direction a little, you can achieve your goals if you work hard and persevere. And believe me, you may work harder than you have ever in your life to reach your chosen path. So my 3 tasks for you are: set goals, be prepared for obstacles, and no excuses. But more important than those are to have fun along the way. Golden Bears, you can reach your dreams, Now let's get those diplomas.
Kevin Brian Baker. Jasmine Iman Phillips. Tess Haley McRae. Juan Ariel Mercedes. Nicholas Ryan Zulsdorf. Taylor Ann Smith. Vijay Venu Valarupali. Elizabeth Ann Rogers. Jessica Marielle Ramon. Michaela Rose Prettyman. Michael Terrell Peterson. Holly Jenna Nannen. Esther Noshankim Leanne. DeAndre Isaiah Holt. Brittany Lynn Dunn. Amaya Tadeja Davis. Jack Alton Buzard. Kira Janine Bennett. Justin Scott Beam.
Pashang Mariwan Abdullah. Danielle Julia Abel. Gabrielle Lauren Abel. Jason Addison. Roma Kesawa Aduose. Ali Yusuf Ahmed. Umi Rubab Ahmed. Oluseun Undunmola Omoni Ayana. Razak Oluwatobi Alatish. Christopher Langston Alexander. Sultan Ali. Darren Joseph Allen. Gavin Isaac Allen. Christopher Howard Amadi. Rachel Owusu Amwate. Caroline Marie Anderson. Kendall Joseph Anthony. Kevin Kwesi Apana Corley. Cheney Danea Armstead. Kashay Navina Arrington. Ryan Michael Atreed Irvin. Clinton Kalechi Azagba. Samuel Olabote Bankole. Chung Ta Boy. James Donald Beatley Jr. Skylar Emily Belmont.
Andrea Concepcion Bernal Cruz. Jessica Afua Blankston. Jonathan Mason Garrett Bowler. Hyung Boer. Patrick James Bovard. Aaron Christian Boyer. Geraldine Joy Bracewell. Simon Matthew Bradford. Rhea Amber Bradley. Aisha Yassine Brockenberry. Trayvon Myron Brooks. Raquez Lorante Brown. Taylor Deshae Brown. Nicholas William Bonacorsi. Diada Salim Mayowa Burns. Joshua Brandon Burrell. Michael Isaiah Campo. Joshua Nathaniel Carbo. Charity Brianna Carlton. Amanda Michelle Carpio. Taekwon Leandre Carter. Chris Nguyen Chan. Grace Elizabeth Cheney. Thomas Hoyoung Cho. Love Sarang Chung. Kiera Janae Clark.
Makia Princess Cobbs. Kira Marie Kogan. Tehran Eugene Coleman. Foster Trent Covert II. Cameron Craig. Tamaria Lene Craig. Cameron Jamal Crute. Rocklyn H. Curtis. Patrick Sadiq Dowda. Tanishka Dave. Andrew Noel Davis. Jalen Dewan Davis. Jalen Denise Davis. Tristan Russell Decker. Emma Marie Denlinger. Riley Griffith Dew. Teresa Scott DeMeo. Caleb Jeffrey Dufresne. Alexis Nicole Dunn. Allison Louise Ebersole. Trent Matthew Ecker. Christopher Bernard Edwards. DeMarcos David Edwards. Randolph Matthew Edwards II. Victor Manuel Estrada Puga. Ifani Peter Claver Eza. Diamond Abisola Fatoki.
Thomas Khalil Gibran Favor. Antonio Ryan Figliosi. Kyle Joshua Fortney. Lauren Marie Fryer. Kelsey Amanda Fuentes. William Kunda Gachuma. Cindy Isabel Garcia. Jalen Alexander Garrick. Nicholas Giraz de los Santos. Kaylin Celeste Gibson. Christine Marie Gilbert. Destiny Kashira Goins. Amanda Elizabeth Graves. Michael Richard Harrell. Jaden Marquise Harris. Kimberly Naomi Harrison. Destiny Alexandria Harvey. Jake Bradley Haverstack. Tristan Riley Henkel. Aldo Ismael Herrera Saavedra. Nicholas Hessness.
Gianni Altonia Hibbert. Jimmy Douglas Hill. Troy Hines Jr. Anthony William Hitchens. Aisha Andrea Hooks. Victoria Joy Howard. Mustafa Maged Gamal Hussein. Mariam Isam Ibrahim. Omotara Afemina Isaac. Yasmin Imari Ani Essi Isaac. Nafisa Jamal. Tamia Nashay Jenkins. Tayan Jamel Jenkins. Joely Alexander Jimenez Sanchez. Amber Tara Johnson. Mary Kathleen Johnson. Unique Ariel Johnson. Solomon Brendan Johnson Reeves. Ariana Claudia Jones. Camille Marion Jones. Joshua Lamont Joyce Jr. Aishatu Tati Kanyasi.
Kalina Sophia Kaiser. Mela Isabel Patricia Adriana Kelly. Jessica Dorothy Carey. June Song Kim. Aiden Rose Kovacs. Taj Malik Kutcherman. Barakat Aramade Labisi. Karina Denise LaCroix. Caitlin Isabella Lanfried. Ariel Lauren Langley. James Carl Larson. Delatam Daniel Ajete Lesse. Catherine Grace Listova. Amari Jamil Lee. Sky Namaje Lee Brady. Brian Elias Levatista. Tuang Za Leon. Renee Noel Lindenman. Jake Reuben Listenby. David Manuel Long. Mikhail Thomas Lovelace.
Andrew Stephen Lyon. Keyshawn Darrell Mack. Kilmer Jonathan Magana Calderon. Cameron Isaiah Mayer. Nanaama Sachira Manti. Megan Elizabeth Manch. Leah Akosia Manu. Brandon Lee Marshall. Connor Lewis Martin. Tavon Malik Mason. Patrick Bryant McDonald. Caleb Elijah McGuire. Marcy Hope McCrae. Naila Rose Melvin. Bernice Mendez Rodriguez. Lucas de Azambuja Meyer. Cheyenne Nicole Monte. Sydney Ann Monte. John Morrow Moore IV. Cyrus Chance Morrell.
Tyler Reese Munford. Hamling Maria Osoro. Kende Hussein Mustafa. Taiwo Hassan Mustafa. Armin Hajiji Najafabadi. Jalen Lene Knoll. Rachel Ann Nordstrom. Shade Tyler Jordan O'Brien. Natalie Lydia Offenberg. Michael Chidera Ofanadu. Chanel Omesh. Carlos Fernando Orellana Vega. Jacob Daniel Palmer. Michaela Gilbert Paris. Amna Janai Pasha. Krupa Ajay Kumar Patel. Milan Sharish Patel. Raj Krupesh Patel. Udvin Ritesh Kumar Patel. Jakayla Marie Pendergast. Jason Allen Penders. Maya Rose Perlman. Landon Lee Fan. Christian Jeffrey Phillips.
Mfonabong Phillips. Afana Mae Phillips. Shania Lachey Pickens. Darina Pierre Louis. Kayla Lynn Pinkney. Madison Catherine Pizzoni. Alexis Fatima Poston. Andy Anthony Aguirre, Puga Aguirre. Anthony Kit Pulsir Saroth. Alex Michael Pirate. Elizabeth Sofia Quinteros. Elmer Antonio Ramos Ramos. Justin Miles Reese. Matthews Vieira Reyes. Emily Christine Renfro. Mary Hannah Reynolds. Daniela Rico Cervantes. Ryan Patrick Rigel. Allison Johanna Rivas. Margie Pamela Rivas Bonilla. Reynaldo Gabriel Rivera Torres. Moyatu Madonna Roberts. Claudia Elena Rodriguez Jones.
Michael Rojas Lucero. Maxwell Weston Rowe. Francisco Javier Sanchez Juarez. Nassim Tariq Sanders. Joseph Daniels Sarich. Eli Lewis Sauerwalt. Mohagany Scipio. Suliet Abidemi Shuti. Dylan Edward Sika. Zachary Nathaniel Siketti. Kyle Keith Sinclair. Alexis Monet Smith. Brendan Michael Smith. Kelly Marie Smith. Samantha Lynn Smith. Gladys Hazel Sosa Sanchez. Brian Giuseppe Sparacino. Joel Stephen. Jeremy John Stewart. Johnny Tapia. Antonio Quincy Taylor. Peng Lien Tang. Za Din Tang.
Kunal Thopper. Rain Denise Thompson. James Edward Tolliver Jr. Joseph Leonard Torres. Dwayne Brooks Lawrence Tribble. Iva Nayam Tukpa. Ayomide Tunde Sanya. Laura Nicole Van Hasselt. DeAndre Alfonso Vini. Noah Broderick Wadsworth. Eric Andrew Wade. Ty Samuel Wahlberger. James Gavin Walls. Benjamin Wendell Ward. Shelby Francis Waters. James Randolph Webb Jr. Abigail Rose White. Lauren Nicole White. Oliver Q. Shocked Wong. Joyelle Jaquan Williams. Preston Oscar Williams Jr.
Cody Jeanette Wilson. Catherine Ann Witt. Justin Rashawn Wood. Shaye Kishana Yancey. Devin Nathaniel Young. Lamar Reagan Young Jr. Miss Ellis, please allow the following Howard County Public School System staff members and Howard County councilperson to award their child's diploma. Cassandra Anderson, Wildlake High School, and Malcolm Anderson, Hammond High School. Marcus Kamal Anderson. Debbie Brosna, Lime Kiln Middle School. Victoria Lynn Brosna. Jeff Dombick, Elkridge Elementary School. Christina Noel Dombeck. Delana James, Dunlogan Middle School. Ariana Grace James. Suzanne Misal, Wildlake High School. Samantha Lee Misal. Doug Spiker, Wildlake Middle School. Kyle Douglas Spiker. Taffy Butler Burrell, Guilford Elementary School. Joshua Brandon Burrell. Jen Teresa, Howard County Councilperson, District 3. Gabriel Teresa Jr. Donna Eukerman, Oakland Mills High School. Matthew Edward Eukerman. Mary Wagner, Athelton Elementary School. Christopher Hahn Wagner. Trisha Walls, Bowman Bridge Elementary School. Jason Michael Walls. Bryna Weiss, Mount Hebron High School. Michael Sander Weiss. Jaquetta Woodley, Cradle Rock Elementary School. Jada LeGrier Woodley. Danielise Arbelo Hidal, Patuxent Valley Middle School. Daralise Wong Orbello. Chris Woodson, Early Childhood Programs. John Stephen Woodson.
As we get ready for our last act with the class of 2017, audience members, we ask that you remain seated during the processional, as our graduates will be recessing out, then coming back down into the pavilion to get their actual diplomas. Please remain seated until the graduates have made their way back down, and then you can reunite back up at the top of the pavilion. And just a reminder, we do need to clear the pavilion very quickly to allow the next graduation time to come in. Thank you so much, and we'll now turn things over to Armin and Foster.
Graduates, please stand.
At this time, please join us in turning your tassel as we become Hammond High School alumni.